What a feeling and what a moment. Mohammed Wasim Jr., the unlikely hero, smashes a massive six to give the Quetta Gladiators their first playoff berth in the HBL PSL in 4 seasons. Oh, the big man, Viv Richards, is running in to celebrate. What a moment. Oh, and didn't he love it? It was a difficult chase in the end for the Gladiators, but they got the job done, and most importantly, they get the big win across Lahore, Qalandars. Plenty of Karachi fans that were going for Quetta Gladiators tonight. They absolutely loved what they saw. Big hugs for the owners, commiserations for Lahore Qalandars owners, but oh, didn't Big Riv absolutely love the scenes there today. It was a wonderful win by the boys in gold and purple, and a welcome return to the playoffs for them. It's been a lean trot for a few years, but they certainly piled on a wonderful performance to get the job done today across Lahore Qalandars, who had nothing to lose. Just wonderful scenes here. Well, you might have seen it, but you may not have believed it yet. Again, another final ball thriller here at the HBL PSL. We're here at the pitchside studio to try and unpack what we have just seen here. And then we've got Shane Watson, of course, new coach of the Quetta Gladiators, and Michael Clark to chat through everything. Watto, how's the blood pressure, mate?
Yeah, geez, my heart rate. As you see, Sir Viv as well, he was talking about where his heart rate's at the moment. But look, it was... there's been some incredible cricket games over the last couple of nights in particular, and to be on the right side of it and fall over the right side of a tight finish again, that's where you give yourself a chance to get into the finals like we have. So to be able to see a number of the guys in particular really stand up tonight, that's where all the work that you do with the individuals, and for them in particular to be able to stand up when the team needed them was very exciting.
Yeah, congrats on a great win, Watto. We spoke before the game just about what you would have been saying to the boys. Obviously 2 losses leading into this game, important game for you, but the way you come out and played, execution was spot on. So what was the feeling like in the camp leading into tonight?
Yeah, definitely after the previous couple of games where we were definitely well off our best. Bowling was a little bit off, and our batting in particular was certainly not great. So it was more so, look, the thing that I probably reinforced the most was watch footage of your best games that you've had previously throughout your career, and just take that version of you into tonight. With a couple of things around fielding, just to make sure that we were really on the ball from ball one. And you could see the difference straight away with our body language, the way we executed with the ball. And then, yes, we had a bit of a lull through our batting through that middle period, but key people stood up at the right times, and exciting.
I know the blood pressure's probably just come down, but I want to take it back up again for a second and just relive the winning moment, because Shaheen Shah Afridi, right, he is a lethal bowler at the death. He's up against Mohammed Wasim Jr., and we all kind of thought, oh no, the wrong person's on strike. But he comes to the crease and absolutely belts this one out of the park. What did you think of this?
Well, we have been talking to Wasim Jr. from the first game, and this is the first time I've worked with him as well, is about being as still as possible, because he's got amazing hand-eye coordination and power. So to be able to stand still and just trust that he can stand there and smash it. And you know, I've been talking to him about turning himself into the Pakistan Andre Russell with the skill and the power that he's got with the bat. Obviously, we know what he's got with the ball, so he's got amazing athleticism. We've seen it in the field, his bowling, but also he's got amazing power with the bat. So there's a lot bigger things for him, but to be able to do that under pressure, that's Shaheen Shah Afridi as good as it gets in at the death. So he nailed it.
What does that do moving forward now, just for confidence in the group? And secondly, how's Sir Vivian? I thought Viv was going to blow his calf. He was that excited running across the road. I was like, Viv, don't do your calf here.
Look, if I'm 72 and I can run like that, I can't run like that and I'm 42.
He was saying, he's like, I'm feeling fit, I'm feeling good. Maybe I should make a resurgence.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And he wouldn't wear a helmet either. Just take him off. But no, it really, look, it is an absolute honour and privilege to be able to have Sir Viv around. He is just about every cricketer's hero. Yeah. And to be able to have his energy he provides, and the excitement he provides, and just to have him around the group, we are so incredibly blessed here.
We have to talk about Saud Shakeel tonight. He was the glue of the innings as well. Up the front, he makes 88 in a run chase that wasn't easy, but you know, the story about coming off the bench after 3 full seasons for Quetta Gladiators, you give him a go and he's absolutely done you well.
He certainly has. He's got incredible batting skill. As you can see, just a lot of his shots that he's playing, just standing there and reacting and hits the ball so beautifully. And for him to be able to come in, we saw what he did during the World Cup. That was the first time I really saw him in the one-day World Cup in India. A couple of the innings he played under pressure showed the batting skill that he's got and his ability to be able to absorb pressure. And then to be able to go at the top of the order and have that freedom to be able to show the skill that he's got and then absorb pressure, because he didn't get off to a fly today. In all the previous games that he's got going, he's got 20 off about 10 balls to get his innings going, whereas tonight he had to really absorb pressure for a bit longer and then still trust that he could stand still and react and still score quickly. So look, it's a very impressive innings from him, and he's someone who's always learning. Every game he's trying to decipher what are the things that I can do that little bit better, what are the things that I can take into the next game, and he'll take a hell of a lot out of this innings because of how he absorbed pressure through certain stages throughout that innings. What
do you do moving forward on this surface? Because we saw a game last night, game tonight, very similar pitches, and we're going to see a lot more cricket out there. Does anything change tactically for you guys moving into the finals?
Well, possibly. If Usman Tariq gets cleared, because he's an incredibly skilled bowler and he's so hard to pick, and everything that I've seen, it was very surprising that his action's been under question. So he's done his testing. We hope that the PCB and that can speed the testing up, the results up, so we have him available for selection. Because out here as well, he'd be an absolute really handful. But look, if he's not, that's absolutely fine, because our quicks in particular bowled really well tonight. Sohail Khan, Wasim Jr. and Amir, he's incredibly skillful. So our quicks were someone who'd just been a little bit off. Not Mohamed Amir. Mohamed Amir's been amazing all the way through, but for those two quicks in particular to be able to stand up tonight, that's an incredibly positive sign for us going into the finals.
And I'd love to ask you, Watto, because we know you here at the HBL PSL as a player for many years with Quetta as well. You're back here at the helm as coach. What's the experience been like, and what are you learning about yourself as a coach? What kind of a coach are you?
A good one if you're winning.
Yeah. First time in 4 seasons they're in the final.
Well, very simple.
that helps for sure. It's an absolute privilege to be able to be the head coach of a team where you can just put everything into place which you sort of dream of having when you're a player. The environment that you're trying to create for it to be a very relaxed and fun environment, but most importantly a high-performance environment, because that's what we're here is to be able to perform. So even from the start, set things very much expectations of what I was expecting from the group, from the individuals, and then it just comes down to making sure that I take as much pressure and the group takes as much pressure out of the environment, because everyone knows when you're out there and you're performing, when you're under pressure, that's when it's going to be heightened. So just to be able to take all the pressure and expectation out of the environment is one of the critical things I'm trying to do.
I mean, you two play together so much. You know each other really well. But when Michael arrived, he goes, Watto's here. He's coaching. He said, yeah, you were surprised. But, I mean, not surprising to hear the way that you're sort of attacking your role. What do you make of that?
I think it suits Watto. I think back to when we played together. I think Watto, I always assumed he would stay involved in the game. And I think the stuff he learnt as a player puts him in a great place to be an unreal head coach. I think he's always loved the game and studied the game through his career, but I think he did things outside of what a lot of general players did. He looked for different ways to be successful, and I think as a head coach these days, it's a lot different to what it used to be 20 or 30 years ago. There's more opportunity to get more out of your players by going into different areas. Yeah. And I think Watto did that as a player, so I've got no doubt, and I'm not surprised, his first opportunity here that his team's having success.
And he get the job done. Yeah, and you get the job done. Watto, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us so soon after what was a really supercharged, high-octane, passionate finish there. But congratulations. I mean, job one is done for now.
Yes, mate, continue, just not as close. Next couple of games.
Super over next time.
Yeah. Well, I love that the Aussies are taking over the HBL PSL. We will let you go. Thank you so much. So I appreciate your time.
Pleasure.
We're now going to relive the wickets that did fall today, though, Michael Clark. And, there were quite a few of them as we have a little look at the Lahore innings.
Yeah, again, I think if the bowling, the execution with the ball all throughout the night, it was a combination of spin and the quicks that did the damage. But again, the one thing that impressed me tonight was the catching. Watto just spoke about it in big games under pressure. That was an area he spoke to his team about. He wanted them to improve, and we've seen some wonderful catches here tonight.
Yeah, it was a wonderful effort by the men in purple. And most importantly, as we look at the points table, we now know who our 4 qualifiers are. The only thing we don't know is what order they will finish in. So Quetta Gladiators, if they win their final match, they will leapfrog and go up into second position. Perhaps first, depends on that net run rate on points. No, I take that back. They will absolutely be first. My maths needs to improve. It's been a long night, but it's very exciting. HBL PSL action. There's still 2 days of the league rounds left, but most importantly, we still don't know where all 4 of our teams finish. So still so much to play for here as we welcome Aruj Mumtaz back into the pitch-side studio. Aruji, 3 last 4 finishes in a row. The HBL PSL is alive and well.
Alive and well and at the right time. You mentioned obviously the 2 teams that are out, but the interesting part is they're not dead rubbers. The last 2 games to decipher who finishes 1 and 2, because like we keep talking about, 2 bites at the cherry or apple pie or whatever the fruit is, becomes really important to see how this shapes up. But for Quetta Gladiators to qualify after 4 years is some feat, and Saud Shakeel and Wasim Jr. at the end, absolutely star.
How did they dig themselves out of that hole? At the 10-over mark, the run rate was up, 11s and 12s, the majority of that second part of the innings. It really was a great recovery mission, wasn't it?
I thought they were gone, to be honest. Even second last over, I think I got 15, and then last over still needing 14. I thought they were gone. But it's just amazing. If you can hang in there, it shows. And these days as well, you look through it, just about every team, the batting depth is so strong. So wickets in hand, I think in the 2 games I've seen, last night and tonight, wickets in hand are going to be vital on a pitch, on a surface like that. So that's why I'm really interested to see how teams plan their power play, that first 6 overs, and how they go about their work moving forward into the finals.
And Ruji, they bowled so much better today, very importantly for Quetta.
They had to, because again, like Michael's saying, the point is the quality of surfaces, the sticky surfaces, the slower surfaces, boundary hitting not very easy. So the bowling had to be spot on. So Quetta came out, restricted Lahore, and Abdullah Shafiq was quite honest to say that he was 10 or 15 short, and that's the entire discussion. That's what they lost by in the end. So for Quetta to come out and bowl well was important to restrict them to slightly shorter. And for Saud Shakeel, I thought he was going to be key. Wickets in hand, but the 1 man in, because newcomers not finding it easy. And then when you've got the wickets in hand, you can do what Wasim Jr. did at the end.
All right, well, still games on tomorrow. Of course, we're starting a little bit later, given Ramadan is about to start tomorrow. Karachi Kings, they'll play their last match. They can't qualify now, but they're up against Peshawar Zalmi to go home with their heads held high after a slightly better season than they have in the last couple of ones. Well, that's all we have time for here at the Pitchside Studio. Michael, Aruj, thank you so much for your good work. Off to bed because the action's still going to continue tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us at home. It's been an absolute pleasure. Cannot wait to see you tomorrow for more HBL PSL 9 action.